Well, what's like the biggest thing from this week that we can take in gaming?
Forza 7 came out this week, and everyone's saying it's shit. All the Xbox people are saying it's shit, and I got a refund and all that sort of rubbish.
Oh no!
What's going on there?
Does that mean that like Gran Turismo is going to be the new thing again?
If they can squeeze a Gran Turismo disc into an Xbox, maybe.
Oh, you never know. Some people will try it.
Give it a shot.
So, all the Xbox people hate Forza 7, and everybody's playing PUBG on consoles. That's our takeaway from the week.
I like it. I like it.
That'll do. I'll work something with that. Let's just start the show.
Press start.
This is episode 189, and today is Tuesday, the 3rd of October, 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, and here with me is my co-host and very good friend, Snooks. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, man. How about yourself?
Oh, good. There's a delay in the house, is there?
No.
You're falling asleep.
No, not quite, mate. Just, long day.
Yeah, fair enough.
No,
all right, well, you keep your energy high, because I've got a bone to pick with you later in the show. But anyway...
With me?
Yes, with you, mate. Also joining us... Yeah, right, whatever. So also joining us this week is our special guest from Battlefield, Australasia, Ghetto. How are you, mate?
G'day, guys. How are we?
Fantastic. Thank you very much for taking some time out of your busy schedule and life to join us.
Honestly, thanks for having me. It's great to be back on.
Absolutely.
It's only been a couple of years, I think, now.
I know, yes. A lot of people, a lot of our current listeners might not know, but yeah, you were on an episode of the Aussie Gamers podcast, No Express back then.
Yeah, a very long time ago. I think we've all grown a few grey hairs since then.
Yeah, absolutely. For more than one reason, I reckon. So I guess, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely. We have to make sure we don't leave it this long for your next appearance. But anyway, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. So first up, we'll do video game discussion, and then we'll do video game news. And in this week's news, I have The Duke is back, or is it The Duke? Duke or Duke? I don't know, we'll argue that later. Then we'll do video game gifting, the new PlayStation VR model, and then we'll do user-created content, what's that sound, and last words. So, let's go into our first segment, which is video game discussion. Right, Ghetto. Hellsy.
Okay.
For us?
Honestly, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I'm not going to lie. I've joined the bandwagon. I've been enjoying the PUBG free lifestyle. Yes. You know what I mean? It's great to see it on the consoles. I think PUBG are kicking themselves that they haven't released it on the consoles yet, though.
Yeah, I think that's
PUBG
probably
are oiling up the lawyers.
Just a tad. The game's a little bit alike, I think.
Just a tad. I'm sensing some similarities that could be brought into question.
You have to take into account one is a little bit cartoonish. That's basically the only thing that separates it.
Well, that's one point of difference.
Not a plane, I suppose. Yeah.
What was that? As a party bus?
Yeah, it was a party bus, not a C-130 dropping you off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
It looks a lot more like a cartoony style game, but also there's the building mechanics in it as well, which isn't in PUBG. And I don't think there's no destructible environments in PUBG either, is there?
No, but with Fortnite, most of the time, especially in the PvP side, which everybody is playing right now, the building side of things only really happens towards that end game. Once you get into that last center circle, that's when everyone starts building their forts. You're silly to waste your resources early on in the game, sort of thing.
Early on, if you start building things, essentially that's a beacon for other players to find you, because they can tell that someone's there. Because you can tell the difference between a building that's in the game and something you've built yourself because it's obvious. So yeah,
exactly.
You're painting a target on your head by doing that.
Have you played it again and got further, Luke? Have you?
I have. Why?
Because our run the other night was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, we're into another game. Dead.
Yeah.
And
So
we're
you
into
guys
another
haven't
one.
got the
Dead.
fabled umbrella yet?
No, we aren't Mary Poppins yet. But leave it to Snoogs and I to play a game with 100 people in it to come 106th. We suck. But anyway, I have played it a fair bit more, Snoogs. Having fun with it. You still there? Ooh, what's happened?
Yeah.
Whoa, is it coming back? Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
I hear you.
Guess who's back?
yeah, I lost you
I
for a
don't know
second
what happened there. That dropped everybody just then.
Yeah, I
But
know. I don't
Gremlins.
know. Illuminati or something like that. I don't know.
I think so. I started talking about the umbrella and then everything dropped. I think that's a good indication that I need to stop talking.
Yeah, no, I'll talk about the umbrella.
Getting in trouble because we're talking about the game
Yeah.
that's about to get sued. I don't know. I just said that I have. I don't know. You might not have heard it, but leave it to Snoogs and I to come 106th out of a 100-player game.
Definitely.
Ah, there we go. It's because you couldn't hear me. I thought you just weren't laughing at my joke earlier.
I don't know. On one of the rounds, we got a mercy killing. I think the person hadn't realised the bus had left yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, you're standing still. Bang!
But yeah, I have
The
had
worst-
I have had some success since. Yeah.
the worst feeling is when you get dropped after you've dropped somebody and their teammate will like walk over. They won't kill you straight away. They'll pick up their teammate, then they'll stand around you. They'll circle a bit like sharks. Then they drop you with their pickaxes. That's the worst thing I've ever had happen to me. It's so embarrassing.
It is, but I think the best I came was 6th, which I think was pretty good for me. But,
Only 10
Well, that's all right, honestly. Did you have any good guns? That's the big question.
yeah, I've always had good guns. Like most of the time, I get good guns. It's just the person holding it's no good.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but I've realised something that was I need to use to my advantage. I was hiding behind a tree. And I'm like, at
Don't
least
do
I've got
that.
cover. Yeah, they just shoot the tree and the tree disappears.
They certainly do.
So,
Nothing's safe. Nothing
Yes.
is safe.
yeah, but look, yeah, for a free game that is almost identical to PUBG, it's good fun to be playing on console. What are you playing it on, PlayStation?
I'm playing it on the PlayStation, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been playing it on the Xbox.
Fair enough. Well, I do have an Xbox now, so we could always squad up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've got both. I've got it on both of them. I just haven't
Yeah.
haven't booted up. But
Yeah, I haven't booted it up on the PlayStation yet, but it's there.
Look,
it's waiting.
the Xbox, I've been playing a fair bit of Xbox lately because I've been playing it with like Stick Figure and Mega and all that sort of stuff. But as much as I'm really enjoying playing games with them because, you know, they're on and all that sort of stuff and they're good blokes, God, the Xbox is wearing me thin. It's frustrating.
I don't know how many times when I boot mine up, you'll be playing a game, and the next thing you'll press one button, then you're back to the main menu, and then you've got to like maneuver to get back to the game.
Mm-hmm.
It frustrates the hell out of me.
And look, it may be Fortnite running poorly, but the parties when I'm playing Fortnite online, the party chat, it cuts out all the time. You can't. I was playing, and I've because it's an Xbox, you have to have your headphones plugged into the controller. And I was just playing, and all of a sudden, everyone was saying, "Oh man, your voice has changed heaps. It's like there's heaps of echo." And I didn't realise, but for no good reason, it switched from my headset to the Kinect microphone.
Oh.
Why did that happen? Anyway.
One word, Microsoft.
Yeah, but see, they were so good with the 360. It was infallible.
It's actually really weird. We've been there when you and I have had problems with the chat. I've had problems with others as well.
Mm.
But then I was talking to a mate on the weekend who's just picked up a 1S.
Yep.
And talking to him, he's playing Destiny 2 on the Xbox.
Yep.
Never has an issue. And
I don't know.
I've had nothing but issues with Destiny 2 and Forza and Fortnite.
PUBG console edition, whatever. We know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, but I just don't have these issues. This isn't me speaking as a PlayStation fanboy, because I always try to ram it home that I'm not. Just because I like the PlayStation better, it's not because, I don't give a flying shit what brand it is. I'm not a Sony fanboy. Sony, as far as I'm concerned, do not shit gold nuggets. They've got their own issues. But it's the better console. I don't have these issues. The party chat doesn't play up. There aren't issues with games crashing all the time. Granted, this Fortnite's in early access, so that could be an issue to itself. But that's not the only game that I have troubles with. But, it just does my head in with... You try to have a conversation with some people about the issues one has over the other, and you can't help but sound like a bloody fanboy. But yeah, so I don't know. I've had some good times with Fortnite. Have you anything else you've been plugging away with?
Other than that, been playing a little bit of Destiny 2 on that grind to the 300 plus.
Yeah, what level?
I don't know about you guys. Currently I've got a Titan that's 298. I haven't really found people yet that can get me to the end of the raid. Some of the teams I've been with yeah, I know.
You're not going to find them here.
Got my fingers crossed. Have you guys attempted it yet?
No, I have, but just for shits.
No, actually, I gave it a good hard crack, but it was, we started at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's a fail.
You don't do that.
Because that's when the last person got on. It's like, oh, we've got 6 now. Let's go and try the raid. I'm sitting there going, really?
You only ever do that if you've got the last checkpoint. That's all you do.
Yeah. It got to about 1:45. We were still in the first room. We went into the main room, opened the first door, got into the next room, and that's where we stalled. And we just couldn't get our timing right or anything like that because it was friggin' 12 o'clock at night. We're all a little bit slower. We're all a little bit more tired. It got to about 1:45, and I called it quits. I'm just going, I'm going to go to work. I'm done.
I haven't touched Destiny all week.
Yeah, I've been a bit the same, I think. Once I jumped onto Fortnite, I haven't really touched it either. So, but then again, tonight's the reset, so I might get a little bit more of the powerful gear.
Maybe, yeah. What are you playing Destiny 2 on? PS4?
PS4 again. Running mainly Titans. That's my go-to.
Yeah, I've
Titans all the way.
A 273, I think. Warlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to be branching out and going elsewhere? Getting all 3 characters for the platinum?
No, definitely not. I never did that with Destiny 1, and I'm already starting to slow down to not really playing it much anymore, so I can't imagine me doing another 1 or 2 characters. I mean, I still enjoy the game, and I will come back to it. I'm not done with it. But this week I've had some other brand new releases that I want to move on to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, you can only stick with a game so long if they're not producing that new content to keep you excited. That's what I've always found.
I mean, there's still plenty for me to do because I've only sort of scratched the surface with Destiny 2, but I'm the attention span of a 8-year-old. Something else comes out, I'm like, oh, new!
Oh, shiny.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, yeah. Anyway. Story of my life. Never really play one game forever.
No, it's the same as me, honestly. Having said that, playing a single game with the re-release of Pokemon Gold and Silver on the Virtual Console on the 3DS, jumped at that, and I've been replaying my childhood. It's been great.
Oh, that's tempting. I've got a really long drive ahead of me. on.
You should look at it.
Thursday.
It's like $9. $9.99
Really, $10
for gold or silver. Yeah,
I never
it's
played
great.
gold or silver. I only ever played the blue one.
Like it. Me personally, I think that gold and silver were the bee's knees. Like they added to the originals, but they didn't go too far like the games afterwards. So
there you go.
I'd really recommend you pick it up on the Traveller.
How much have you put into Pokemon Yellow?
Obviously I'm still going through. I've got the 4 badges. I need to spread myself out into all games, so I can't really jump into one. Otherwise, I feel like I'm cheating on the other games
I
in
get
my
that
arsenal.
feeling too.
So it sucks. It really does suck.
You got to play your different consoles and stuff in different rooms. Close the door and do it sneakily.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a phone for each of them. Like, I can't share each other around. So
burner phones. Nice. All right, that's cool. So, well, you've given me an idea for this 10-hour drive ahead of us.
You definitely need to get it. I'm not going to lie, you have to.
Yeah, righto. Was there anything else you want to add to your video game discussion for this week? Did you want to mention something? Or do you want you said before oh geez, aren't I rambling? Can't even speak. Spit it out. God, let me start again. Before the show, you said that you had something you wanted to mention about the EB Games Expo.
Yeah, honestly, with the EB Games Expo, I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be my 4th year in a row I'm going to it. I know you guys are coming up too, which is great to see.
Sure, we will be.
First time on the Gold Coast in quite a few years as well. Mm-hmm. So definitely exciting. I think everybody who is able to come should come and meet us all as well. Yeah,
I think so. Like I've been. I think how many times have we been, Snoogs? 4 years.
I'm only going up for the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you weren't there for the other ones, but I think I've been there for every single Sydney one. So I didn't go to the first one, which was in the Gold Coast, 2011. I wasn't at that one, but I went to every Sydney one since then, and so this is the first time I'm going to the Gold Coast because it's going back home.
No, it should be really, really exciting. I think it's going to bring a new vibrance to the expo.
I think so.
I think things were really starting to get into a bit of a lull with the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Like things were starting to empty out, and I think with the new refresh, it's going to bring new eyes to it, and it's going to make things a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And I think that's the whole reason why they are changing the venue for this year, because it was starting to get a little bit stale in Sydney, unfortunately. I mean, for me, I that's not my opinion. I love anything to do with video games. So when I walk into the EB Games Expo, I just love being there. Like, I just love the aura of knowing that I'm surrounded by awesome video games and technology.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Feel at home. So
it's sort of like that whole kid walking into a toy store sort of 100%. Feeling, isn't it? Like,
yeah. Sorry, Snook?
So I didn't get a lot of that last year.
Oh, didn't you?
Last year was my first one.
Yeah.
And it felt like the last. It really did feel like the last one that Sydney was going to hold. It just it felt stale. The crowd didn't really seem to get into it. It seemed to be very cattle-like, people just trudging from one thing to the other. There just didn't seem to be that vibe. Like, we were lucky enough last year to get in a bit earlier than everyone else, and all of the people doing the press staff all bolted, because we were the kids in the candy store sort of thing. We bolted to what we wanted to see first.
Yeah.
And it just when it filled up. There wasn't enough going on. There wasn't really anything on the side to draw your attention. Like, come mid-afternoon, we were ready to go, and it was open until like 9 o'clock at night.
Well, Snoogs, this year we're going to have to make our own fun. We are going to have an amazing time. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that bloody happens, even if I have to jump into a swimming pool fully clothed.
You have to record it, though.
I did have a great time last year. It just, you could tell, like, because, you know, we went there, the whole group of us, all surrounded by mates, and, you know, I really enjoyed getting in my element and talking to different people and sort of meeting a whole range of people. And we got to listen to Phil Spencer talk, which I'll do that every day of the week. That man comes across.
That guy can talk.
Agreed.
Absolutely amazing speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the big highlight, and the fact that earlier in the week I actually got to meet him, which was even better.
Yes.
So that side of it was fantastic, but just the feel of the crowd, they needed to ramp.
Some of the interactive games courses you can do, but other than that, they don't really support the indie culture in our community, and that's something we really need to work on, I think.
Well, Australia's, after, what was it, THQ went under, and their Sydney office is shut, we're not really going to get a big local developer.
No,
we're too far away. You know, our internet speed is always going to be an issue because it's hard to have a high-definition video conference from Australia to anywhere else in the world. I know this because I have to do it for my job. You know, trying to have a conference with someone in the US or the UK just does not work. And that side of it, so we really do need to grab hold of these indie guys and bring them along. But it's really a shame that the EB Expo they don't have like a homegrown section, because there used to be, didn't there?
There was.
Yeah.
I think the other big thing too, as well as the indie devs, we might need to start latching on more to the side of games that Australia's starting to become more and more successful in, and that's esports. I'd love to see the esports sort of nurture and grow in our community a lot more. I'm actually working on a petition to enter to my local member. I'm hoping to get a lot of people involved to potentially try and include esports as a potential sport in schools. So that's something that I think will give a lot of thought and could branch out and help a lot of people grow into the scene.
It's going to be a hard one to get into schools, though.
Well and truly.
They're all about getting out and actually playing physical sports because of, you know, childhood obesity and all that sort of stuff. So that one's going to be a bit tricky, but I think it does have its upside, does have some positives towards it.
Yeah, well, Australia's now got some top ranked teams in LOL.
They've got League of Legends. Yeah, Counter-Strike teams are getting stronger and stronger.
And our Siege team's doing pretty well, isn't it?
Yeah. The Mind Freak team is great. Yeah. It's going amazing. Even our Call of Duty teams, they did extremely well to get how far they did in the Call of Duty World Champs. I think the biggest thing, honestly, the fact that they're talking about potentially getting esports into the Olympics in the future. You know what I mean? If that's going to happen, it has to go into schools to have a ground level for people to sort of branch out and grow from that.
And have you actually met many people that are on these esport teams?
Yeah, I have.
It's really quite surreal how they come across, and especially like I met the guys from, what they called? One of the League of Legends teams. No, it wasn't Dire Wolves. It was one of the other guys.
Was it Legacy? Legacy,
yeah. Legacy. So a couple of years ago, I think their roster's changed a little bit now. But talking to the main guy who's still in it, that is like the team leader / coach of the whole thing, I was actually amazed at the training they do, and not just, you know, sitting in front of the computer playing LOL, working out tactics, all that sort of stuff. The fact that they go out to a field, kick a footy around, actually work on their stamina, work on, you know, keeping physically fit as well as mentally fit with what they're doing.
That is a very good point that you bring up, because it's as funny and as silly as it sounds. It's you actually to sit in front of a computer in a tense situation, playing a game that is something you need to pay attention to, it takes a massive toll on your body and can wear you out.
Your whole body is tense the entire time when you're playing in a high position sort of role in a game.
If you want to maintain that and be competitive, you actually have to be quite physically in shape as well. Otherwise, you're going to burn out and you're not going to do any good.
How many larger professionals do you see?
There aren't any,
you don't see them.
No,
you don't see them in LoL.
Quite thin.
You don't see them in CS. There are a couple that are in Call of Duty, but I think that's because Call of Duty is still not to that sort of professional level that Counter-Strike and that is currently. So give it a couple of years, though, and they're professional athletes at the end of the day. And I think we need to start looking at them as such.
I tend to agree with you. Awesome.
Anything else for the expo?
What games are you looking forward to seeing?
Shadow of War is something I'm interested in. That looks pretty cool. It's something I'm interested in, but not really anything that I'm frothing at the mouth for. That I know a lot of people are. Yeah, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
is a big one. Assassin's Creed Origins, but I guess the one for me that takes the cake, the one that I am sort of dribbling for, Super Mario Odyssey.
It's going to be pretty awesome, isn't it? Honestly.
Yeah. I am literally buying a Nintendo Switch because that game exists. There's no other reason. I'll probably eventually maybe get some other games, but that's the reason I'm getting it. What about yourself?
Well, it's sad to say, I've only got really 2 games that I'm really, really looking forward to. I really want to check out Shadow of War. It's very high on my list. And the other one is Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's from the makers.
I want to see what it's like in person.
Yeah, is that Quantic Dream?
I think so. It's the Android negotiator.
Yeah, it does look quite good. That'll be one of the, from my understanding of the game, I think that's going to be a very cinematic kind of game. There's more sort of story and cinematic scenes rather than gameplay. Kind of like Heavy Rain.
Kind of reminds me a bit of like LA Noire.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
It's going to be that sort of game, I think. Like, you do better the more clues you find, and I like those sort of games. I like a thinking game. So, other than that, I'm looking forward to the Regurgitator concert and seeing what the Ultimate Gamer experience is going to be like up there this year.
Yeah, because you're a holder of an Ultimate Gamer ticket, aren't you?
I am. I do have the golden ticket.
Lovely.
So to speak.
Oh, if that only was a chocolate factory.
They actually sent out golden tickets this year, funnily enough. So
really? Is it like a foil?
No, it's more of a matte look, but I'll have to send you a photo just to show you what they look like.
Yeah, sounds good. What about you, Snoogs? What are you looking forward to most?
I don't really have a lot on the list. I wouldn't mind seeing some more South Park. Because
I agree. I definitely agree there.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of South Park from its very beginnings. So, I was actually old enough to legally watch it when it first came out. So,
don't admit that. Don't admit that.
I've taken over the reins of the old man around here. I'll quite happy. So it's that's probably part of my list, and because one of the good memories that I have from last year is playing the demo there, and then as the demo finished, I laughed the hardest and loudest that I have in a long time.
And everyone looked at you.
And everyone did look at me, and they're like, and it was one of those belly laughs that just, you shouldn't be laughing at this, but you're going to do it anyway. So it was absolutely hysterical, and it involved Timmy. So anyone that knows South Park can just picture what Timmy did. So that's probably one. And as for the others, I haven't actually gone and looked over and seen what's going to be there, but Far Cry would probably be another one.
Far Cry 5 is on the list for me. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
That looks like a great game. Far Cry
And then-
4 was fantastic. So
Well and truly.
I'd like to say some of the other ones with, maybe we might get lucky and Sony will have something up their sleeve. But
Apparently God of
speaking-
War's going to be there.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind seeing some more of that, or Last of Us 2.
That would be awesome. If they
Even
slipped
if-
in like a world
like a-
exclusive, that would be
yeah,
awesome.
like a trailer or
That would
something.
be
or-
awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, all things point to them holding out on that until the PlayStation experience in December. But
Yeah.
it'd be nice just to, Australia having some exclusive. Like we get the games released before anyone else because we're in front of them in time. But that
Yeah.
would
maybe
be nice. Yeah.
maybe we'll get the exclusive on that unannounced Bethesda game that's apparently coming out this year.
Oh, we think we know what that is, don't we, Snoogs?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah. I
What are
think
you
that
guys
was-
thinking?
It's just Doom on the Switch.
Doom on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for the groan. That
Yeah.
was terrible.
Well,
No,
I mean,
it's
that's-
to accompany, Skyrim survival mode.
that,
Ugh.
see, the Doom
Let
on the
it
Switch,
die.
although Doom on the Switch is fantastic, because I didn't actually play through Doom. I didn't get it on anything. So, and I'm getting a Switch. I might get Doom on the Switch. That's good.
I've
But it's-
got it here on PlayStation, play it on the big TV.
Well, you can play it on the big TV with a Switch.
It's 720.
I don't know. I don't actually know what resolution it is, but yeah, it probably is 720. Have you got a disc version of it, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I might grab it off you next time. Cool.
Yeah.
Here's one that I don't expect you guys are on the same bandwagon as me, but I'm really excited for Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom.
Yeah, you've brought that up before.
Yeah. I liked Ni no Kuni. That was a great game. Kind of
I
like...
didn't really play the first one that much, but I
Yeah.
did enjoy like the visuals of it, so I might give it a crack.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I really do like the visuals, and it's kind of like Pokemon, but in a open world. So,
Is that one where the visuals are kind of like Ghibli Studio?
what's Ghibli Studio?
Okay, wrong crowd. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not 45, dude. Sorry.
Oh, shut up!
What is
Ghibli Studio, they did it's an animation studio. They did Howl's Moving Castle.
What?
Hold-
I've just
I'm a
Googled
youngin'
it.
here. I'm younger than you guys, so I'm not even opening my mouth right now.
I've just Snoogs, I've just Googled it, and the answer to your question is yes, it is like Ghibli Studio.
Okay.
Fuck, I've
Yeah, so-
never heard of that.
Shut up. All right. 2001, they did Spirited Away. 2004 was
Okay.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Now you've said Spirited Away, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's still over my
So
head.
everyone knows Spirited Away.
Yeah,
I
2001.
think people who
I was in high school. I just lost my virginity then. I wasn't watching this shit.
2001, I was in year 6, so
Fair enough.
2001, I was drinking myself silly at my 21st birthday.
All right, you old man. What about this one? Now, look, hold back. I know you guys, as soon as I mention the name of this game, you're going to be like, oh, I can't believe I forgot that was on the list. And you're going to lose your minds. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Am I building the suspense enough?
a little bit.
Playable at EB Games Expo for 2017 on the Gold Coast. Just Dance 2018. Yeah, right. Okay, next segment.
I'm a professional, so
I can't
I'm not
believe
even
this.
going to mention that.
By lunchtime Friday last year, I was ready to start throwing things at those people.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
shut up.
they must be popular because they keep making the fucking things.
Oh, they Yeah.
The attendants at the expo must be the most energetic people. They're either on crack or lots of energy drink.
Yeah,
because they're just going all day, every day.
Some of them are pretty good to watch, if you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I'll stick about and watch, but there's no way I'm getting out on that dance floor.
What about the Xbox One X? I'm really keen to see people play Super Lucky's Tale. See if anybody else says anything about the frame rate.
Yeah.
I'm
honestly,
excited to see it running. Just not so much Super Luckies, but we'll get into my thoughts on Forza a little bit later. But seeing Forza run on the One X is something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I just want to see what the sort of refresh rates that they're getting, constant refresh rates, whether there's any screen tearing still, like most consoles cop. But
yeah, there's heaps. It runs at a steady 25 frames a second.
Oh, awesome! So it's definitely an upgrade to the One S then.
Nah, the Forza's good. Forza runs really well. There's I don't know if you've seen it. There's a video on our YouTube channel where I talked about Super Lucky's Tower running like sheep's balls. Not real good. But yeah, so Xbox One X will be interesting to see there. But no one's keen on Wolfenstein 2?
I played the original. It's too linear. You get taken along. You can't really. It's not open enough for me. Like it's just a typical FPS, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to getting back into Wolfenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I played the original lot back on the PC.
Yep.
And pretty much since then I haven't touched one. So I wouldn't mind giving it at least a look in. See how it runs.
I think you'll enjoy it. If you didn't play the first reboot, you'll enjoy this one.
Well, that's always good to know.
Oh, well, Wolfenstein, the one that was a couple of years ago, that's actually a really good game. What was that called? New Order or something?
I enjoyed it. The New Order. That was the... Yeah. I think the New Order was...
Oh, that was the DLC.
Extended.
Yeah, it was the DLC.
That was the...
I think it was just Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I think it was just Wolfenstein. But honestly, the biggest disappointment that I've seen from the expo is that there's not going to be any EA booths. So that means no Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, no EA last year either.
I'm absolutely devastated. I wanted to play some Battlefront. I wanted to see what this new one's going to be like, because the frustrating thing is, while we're up in the Gold Coast, the current beta is going to be on the PlayStation.
But
so we're going to miss out on it.
Well, that doesn't restrict Sony and Microsoft from showing that game off, though.
Yeah, true. But
may still be there.
Okay, so fingers crossed for that then.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we'll get anything more?
That's a biggie for me.
Well, sorry, Snoogs, what was that?
Do you reckon we'll get anything more on Anthem? Maybe some 4K footage, or...
Yeah, I think they'll show. I think we'll definitely get something from Microsoft.
It would be nice.
Yeah. Now I've got the map layout in front of me here, which is quite interesting. If you have a look at the size of the layouts for all the different brands, Microsoft Xbox has the smallest allocation of space.
It's got about the same size as... I think Ubisoft actually has a larger display area than Xbox.
It does. Looking at it from here, Ubisoft's area is bigger than Xbox. I find that weird. PlayStation's the biggest, followed by Nintendo, then Ubisoft and Xbox, and then you got a tiny one for Bethesda and Bandai Namco and 5-Star. But I just find that strange that Xbox is one of the smaller ones, considering they're pushing a lot this year.
Yeah, you'd think that they would have really... Well, especially with the Xbox One X coming out this year, you'd think they would have tried to be front and center and steal the show, but I'm really not sure what the go is.
They're near the exit too, because there's mine's not loading up for whatever reason. But,
So people can play the Xbox and go, fuck this, I'm leaving.
It's also next to the mega store, though. That might be good positioning for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
They might have people go in, have a look at it, and then go straight to the mega store and pre-order.
Maybe. Yeah, that's maybe one way to look at it. It might have been more of a premium spot, but smaller.
That's also me, like, going a massive stretch there, trying to give them credit. So,
Well, apart from the One X, what else have they got to show off this year?
Forza.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forza, Cuphead.
Yeah. So they've got Forza, PUBG, maybe some what's that pirate one? Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves.
And the One X and how they do their One X. So whereas last year they had Gears, so they had a lot of different PCs and stuff running Gears. So it might just be that they just don't have the need for it, I suppose.
Maybe, but I mean, even though they're cross-platform games, there's quite a few that they seem to have sided with, like
Assassin's Creed as well.
AC, the new Metro game, Anthem, things like that. So they might show off those games as well, because they seem to have sided with Xbox for E3. So I don't know, maybe they've got them on board here. But yeah, definitely a smaller booth. But I don't know, we'll see how that goes.
No, it should definitely be interesting. I'm looking forward to walking the aisles, so to speak.
Yeah, I can't wait. Super duper can't wait. All right, well let's keep going through video game talk. We'll go with Snoogs. If there's anything you want to come back to about the expo or any other games, feel free to. But Snoogs, what have you been playing, man?
Lots of Destiny.
Yeah. How much time have you put into it this week?
Well, it's only been 3 days since we last spoke.
It is a short turnaround. Yes.
Yeah, short turnaround. So I've played a bit of that. Like I said, we tried the raid the other night. We did the raid after probably 3 hours of Siege.
Oh yeah.
And then jumped across.
Loves the Siege.
I do.
Great.
I really enjoy the tactical side of it. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing in a team, if I'm just playing with randoms, as long as you get a good group that's there to just play the game, not be a bunch of twats. It's good fun, and it's just the tactical edge of it, because it's not really run and gun. You've got to take a moment to think about what you're doing. So yeah, that's a bonus for me. It's another few hours on Destiny, both on PS4 and Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So on Xbox One, I'm just still plugging my way through. I haven't put as many hours into that. I'm just plugging my way through the story with my Hunter character, and so that's nearly done. I think I've got them up to level 19, and I'm on the machine near the sun. Yeah, so it's not too far to go. And the other thing really that I've been playing has been Forza 7.
Yeah, you're working on a review for that one. How are you finding it so far?
Yeah, well,
this is sounding ominous.
No, I've written the review. So I've written the review. I just the script for the review, because I'm doing a video one.
Yep.
And I'm having a bit of a struggle on how to close it out.
Okay.
So really, Forza 7 at its core, it's a good game. It really is a good game. There's a lot of good features in it. It's a lot of good fun to be had. The amount of fun that you and I have had just picking a race, picking a car, going and burning around a track, and that's all been very enjoyable. The problem is that it's not a great game.
Yeah,
it's not a big step up. It feels very samey. It's the little tweaks that they've done, where when you level up, you used to get a roll of the wheel, and get your reward that way. Now you can pick either money, either a free car or money off a car, or let's call it a vanity item, because it's a new helmet or a new suit or anything
Race
like
suit.
that.
Yeah, for your avatar.
So, and then on top of that, you've got the ability to buy loot packs.
Yes.
Now you use in-game currency to buy these loot packs, which is fine because once you get going, you're never short of cash on Forza. It's always been that way. So that's fine. I have heard rumours that they're switching them to also be microtransactions.
Yeah, I can see that coming.
A little way in, which I'm not a fan of, but there's people out there that do it that way. Fine, whatever, leave it that way. But the big thing is that I think, being that I'm playing it on a day one style Xbox One, I'm kind of being left behind.
Oh, how so?
Well, this big talk about it being the premium racer for the Xbox and the flagship game for the One X, and beautiful 4K visuals and all this sort of stuff and whatnot brought into it. That's all fantastic. But what about everyone that's still playing with their day one console? It's just the visuals, while they look okay, once you get into the nitty gritty, once you get out of multiplayer and start just playing the campaign or the single player side of it, they take a step down. Because obviously you've got, certain cars. When you're playing multiplayer with a mate, you're not going in and picking the standard, hatchback to drive around in. You're picking the Ferrari, you're picking the GT3 car, you're the Formula One car, or anything like that. Everything seems to take a step down. I can't really understand it or explain it better than that. And it's I don't know whether it is just solely because I am playing on an older, less powerful Xbox.
No, look, I mean, I don't think so. I think the Xbox One will perform exactly the same as an Xbox One S, and the major differences between the X, I think, is just going to be 4K resolutions. I think they're still going to be running fairly similar because they run at 60 frames. I can't imagine the visual fidelity being much better. But
yeah, look, I've had no tearing, no drops, nothing like that. It's all run perfectly. I just think the polish isn't there.
With like what you said, it is a good game. I'm really enjoying it. I was just playing it before the podcast. Now, I love it. I think it's a fantastic game. But I think for me the biggest issue is, and I don't know if it's incomplete, but there's a lot of missing bits and pieces. Simple little things like in the Rivals. I remember in Horizon 3.
Yeah, the class-based Rivals.
You could go just in the leaderboard section, you could filter your club. So you could just go to your club and see the club members' times for that track.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find that. It's not there.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it either.
I can go to global, I can go to nearby, I can go to friends, but I can't go to clubs. So
do you think that's an oversight or just that?
Maybe. And I've asked other people that are playing it. It's only come out today, or like if you bought the normal edition, it's only come out today. Yeah. I've asked some people that have been playing it, and all these people are telling me, there's a few things that are still coming. Now that to me doesn't sound acceptable. I don't know if that's fact, because this is just from people playing it. It's not anyone.
I've heard the same thing from a few different people as well.
But yeah, like
it's still coming. It's not yet released.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah, well, you have a look at a lot of the current AAA titles that are getting released. They're all releasing with something missing still. I think that's our culture now. Unfortunately, everybody's releasing early access games without having everything, It isn't acceptable. Especially when you're paying your $80, $100 for a game. Like it's you want your value for money, and if you then need to pay to get that extra content, or it's not there at all, you kind of feel cheap and nasty about playing a game.
And look, there are situations like it wasn't a massive thing for me, but in The Surge, I played that game all the way through, finished it quite early. And by the time I'd finished it, patches came out to fix things that I put up with. And that's frustrating because it's almost like telling me I should make my own release dates for games, and it's not day one. You know what I mean? Like, the games are getting patched after I've finished with it. So I'm having a shit experience because the game's not finished on release date. So I don't know. I think that kind of that trend is unacceptable and needs to really stop.
Oh, well and truly. Well and truly.
That's the thing. Like, if it's a story-based game and you're done with the story and they fix that bug that made it really hard for you, well, you miss out because what's the point in going back?
Your whole story experience has been wrecked by having to deal with it. You don't want to then have to play through something you didn't enjoy to see if you'll enjoy it again. You know? Like it... Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, too many of them are doing it. But look, overall, I'm not condemning Forza 7. I think it's a great racer. But it just... When there's little things like that, tiny little things that should be there... It's disappointing because the previous game had it. So how's Forza 7 ending up for you anyway?
It's very good. It really is. It really is a good Forza game.
That's the key thing, though.
There's others out there that will hold my interest a lot longer.
Yeah.
And it's a really, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I can make allowances as well as to why I'm feeling this way. You know, I am playing on an original Xbox. I am playing with a controller instead of a wheel. It's those sorts of things that I need to take into account. But yeah.
No, well, I disagree with that.
It's nothing special.
Pat, I don't think you should be taking into consideration you're playing on an original Xbox. You can't alienate your customer base by giving off a poor experience on what is essentially the most powerful...
It's a current gen.
It's a current gen. Yeah, that's exactly right. You can't get any more powerful than what you've got right now, Snoogs.
Yeah, but that's a genuine feeling that it's being left behind.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. That's
and
not fair.
Unfortunately, I've had that thought that it was going to happen from day one of the X being announced, it having so much more power. You know, the Pro was kind of a, sorry, we screwed up. You should have really had this. So the Pro is more about, you know, the 1080-60 market. The One X seems to be that next step, and I think it's just too big a step to really hold the original Xbox being able to pull it along.
Yeah, I know. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's probably the only thing. I do feel like, unfortunately, with Forza, it's left behind a little bit on the older Xbox.
Fair enough. All right, what else, Pat?
That's pretty much it, mate.
That's it.
It's the only other thing really I've put a lot of time into has been the Family Guy game on iOS.
Oh, really? Oh, geez, you are so much related to your brother.
Yeah.
iOS,
iPhone, whatever.
iOS.
I have an iPhone. I don't like iPhone. How about this, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing a tender, like as you know, and I think we might have even spoken about it on the show last week. I've been flat out doing a tender for work.
Yes, busy man.
And this particular the tender in the town that it's in, where this job's going. Obviously, the name of it's been in a lot of emails that I've had to do, and I've been, you know, forwarding them and replying and everything over the phone.
Yeah.
Today I get an email from Booking.com, which is an app I have on the phone as well.
No!
Patrick, last minute deals in this town is you know, blah, 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 blah. And I've never been, I travel a lot for work. but I've never stayed in this place.
You can't blame the phone for that.
Well, where the else did he get it from?
That's GPS. Like, they're getting his GPS saying he's in that location.
He hasn't been there. It's not GPS.
I haven't been there. They've just,
wow, that's even worse.
Off the name on the email. Big Brother is watching. So
I think Big Brother's watching there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Watching through the curtains, breathing heavily.
I don't know what that would be.
That's called spying.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I'm not going to argue. I don't know enough about it to argue it. That's spooky, but... Anyway. All right, well, I'll let you know what I've been playing. How about that, eh? Oh, lost each other again. I'm just going to sing to cover up the dead air. No, we won't do that.
Like, I'm pretty decent.
I'll be back. I'm back. I lost yours.
You're back?
Yeah. What did I miss?
No.
Just picking on you and your amazing internet.
Yeah, you're amazing 100. You know what, mate? This goes back to a few weeks ago when you left the Our Mind website open.
Yes, it's not my internet. I'll do a speed test right now. I'll tell you.
So what? You think it's this app?
Yeah, it's Discord.
Too much
100%.
traffic.
It's trying to find out where you can go and stay.
That's the hardest thing. Like,
I'm pulling. Well, it's still going up, but 93, 94, 94. That's 95 megabits download. And I'm pulling now 35, 36.
it has to be the app then.
37,
honestly. 37
up, 38 up. There we go. So my ping was 2 milliseconds. My download was 95.16, and my upload was 38.22. Pretty sure it's not my internet.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think it's running all right. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, good old Discord's having a bit of a drama tonight. But anyway, all right. Well, I'll go through what I've been playing. Other than what we've already discussed, Cuphead. I played Cuphead this week.
I'm actually really interested in that game. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
It's fucking excellent. I'm telling you, it's so good. Snooks, have you played it yet?
Yeah. I played it when we first got it, which was just before the last show.
That's
and
right.
I have actually played it a little bit more since then. Yeah.
How you going with it?
I'm enjoying it. I'm not a big platformer, so I'm not going well. But
I've heard it's exceptionally hard.
It can be. You can level up not level up. You can get little power ups and stuff like that to make things a little bit easier. But essentially, it is really hard. If you go to the Aussie Games Express YouTube channel, there's a live stream that I've popped up on our channel, and you can watch it.
Did you have to beep much of that out?
Beep? No, no. I actually did really. No, seriously, go watch it. I actually did really well. I was actually pretty impressed with it. That's the only reason why I saved it and put it on the YouTube channel. If it was terrible, that would have been going through to the keeper. That one, forget that. But no, I'm actually having
the tutorial. Yeah,
smashed the tutorial. Made a good point of going through quite well. But I've finished the first world and made it to the second world, and it ramps up again. It's quite hard, but I'm loving it. The art is beautiful, gorgeous game. The controls are fantastic. The storyline's actually pretty damn good for that type of game. Normally, a game like that's just you're playing it because. But I'm actually really intrigued to see how it finishes. It's got local couch co-op, which makes it like even twice as hard.
For sure.
Yeah, the enemies speed up. I didn't know this until just today when I finally got to play couch co-op. But the enemies speed up if there's two of yous. So all of the patterns it throws you off. It's so hard. But Cuphead's a beautiful game. plays beautiful. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not an easy game, so don't get it thinking you got a Super Mario sort of experience. It's cup souls. I love it. I do. And I'm in my element playing it too, because I'm quite good with a platformer, so I'm having fun with it.
Well, if it does well, we might get a Felix the Cat game. You never know.
See, that'd be good too in that same kind of style.
It would
be cool.
It really, really would be.
Yeah, but
we need another spy versus spy game.
Showing your age again.
I agree. Wow.
I
haven't seen that since I picked up a Mad comic from back in like the 90s.
Nice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with these ones.
I'm well aware of Spy vs. Spy though. Nice. Awesome. But yeah, look, actually one other thing that I've been doing this week, not exactly a video game, but very related. I don't know if you've noticed yet, Snoogs. Actually, I might have told you about it in a message, but I spent probably a good 6 hours on giving our website a facelift.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got that message today. I haven't had a chance to look.
Yeah.
I might need to check this out.
Yeah, it took the best part of yesterday doing that. I'm pretty happy with where it is. There's still a few other things that need to be tweaked on it and that can be changed. But,
The DNS address could not be found.
it's crashed. What can't be found?
Nothing. My internet. Doesn't matter.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, but look, spent best part of an entire day working on that website. And it works a little bit better than the other one, a little bit better presented, and
I'm liking the look of it currently.
Yeah, it's nice and customizable. I can do a fair bit with it. So, but like I said, still a little bit more to tweak on it. But I recommend anyone that's listening, if you haven't checked it out yet, www.aussiegamersexpress.com. Check it out. We put news items up there. It doesn't get flooded with stuff, but it's got up-to-date things that we get directly from, say, Ubisoft will send us an email with a release, so we'll put their release up there. So it's all accurate stuff, and as early as we can get it, it goes up there as well. So that's cool. But I think that pretty much takes my week. I haven't really been doing much else other than that. So I think we're about ready to move into video game news. What do you reckon?
Awesome.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, first up in this week's news, the Duke is back. I say Duke. What do you guys say? How do you pronounce it?
I say Duke.
Yeah, Duke. What about you, Snooks?
Duke.
You say Duke as well?
Yep. I heard you having this discussion
yeah.
with the Doug boys, or should I say the Duke boys?
Yeah, the Duke boys. The Duke. Duke.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be an American / Australian thing.
I think it is.
Yeah, you duke it out, or the Dukes of Hazzard. No.
Yeah, I think the Aussie pronunciation is Duke, but I don't care. That's how I say it. You can eat a Duke, right? It's back anyway. When the original Xbox was released back in 2001, it came with a controller of mammoth proportions, and it was nicknamed the Duke after the son of the program manager. And it soon became the controller that everybody loved to hate. It was ridiculed for its oversized design, and it was quickly rehashed with a smaller controller known as the Xbox S controller. Now, it's coming back after this bloke named Seamus Blackley tweeted an image of the Duke that he found while he was rummaging around at home through some boxes. And the response to the tweeted image of this gigantic controller was overwhelmed with love and support that it caught the eye of Phil Spencer, who wholeheartedly supported the idea of bringing it back. So there you go. That's the story behind the Duke coming back. Now, last week when I was on the Xbox and Chill website, we were talking about this, and we were sort of spitballing as to what they were going to do with the actual design of it. So whether it's going to have the triggers and the bumpers, apparently the answer to that is no. It's going to be exactly the same as the Duke was when it was released the first time round, except that middle Xbox logo is now a screen. Have I still got yours?
Yeah. I'm trying to understand why.
Yeah, I'm processing it too. It's
didn't
work the first time. Why bring it back?
See, there's a massive nostalgia element to it, which is probably the running force. I don't think the idea is for you to buy the Duke and use it, because there's the black and the white or the clear button on the Duke, right?
Yeah.
That's L1 and R1 now, isn't it?
It's LB and RB. Yeah, they're the shoulder buttons. They're the shoulder. They eventually became the shoulder buttons, but they're going to be as they were back in 2001. So you're not going to have any shoulder buttons. They're going to be, I can't imagine anybody actually wanting one to use it. So in saying that, I don't know why they're going to the effort of putting a screen in the middle, but it's going to be fully wired. So it's not a wireless controller. So fully wired. And as it was back in 2001, what do you guys think of it coming back? Would you get one?
No. Look.
I wouldn't either.
What about if it was What about if it was $60?
No. I suppose it's one of those things that if it comes out and there's been a person who's been solely on Xbox their entire life, that's what they're passionate about. You know, I've been on PlayStation since day one, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, though, if they brought a PS1 controller out, I'd still just look at it and go, "Why?"
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it could be a good nostalgia thing, I suppose. Well, you have a look at the SNES Mini and that sort of stuff, and they're selling ridiculously quick.
Yeah.
And then once they're selling out, people are putting them on eBay and they're going for stupid numbers. So, well, you know, if this guy can make a bit of a living off it, then good on him.
Well, for me, the Duke, I will buy one. I will very likely do an unboxing and show it off and put it back in the box and put it on my shelf behind me. And it'll be a collector's piece. It'll be a collector's piece. That's exactly what I want it for. I think it'd be an absolutely hideous controller to use, not because of its size. I actually don't mind it being quite large. That's good. But the button placement, that we've moved on beyond that. I could not use that controller. No way, I'll do my head in. But yeah, it'll be 100% a collector's piece, and I can't wait for it to come out. I will definitely buy one if they're for sale here. As long as they're reasonably priced. I'm not paying more than a official like a wireless controller. But there you go. It wasn't like that on my end.
He's back.
But anyway,
I have a question for you about the Duke.
Okay.
If, let's say, it's $200, right?
Right.
You've got the 200 there. Would you buy that over an Elite?
No, never. I wouldn't spend $200 on it, Pat.
No.
I'm banking on it being $60.
See, I'm hearing 150 plus.
No, see, 150 plus. I think they're dreaming. No one's going to buy that. It's a wired
I'm talking
controller.
Australian. I'm hearing that people in the US will be able to pick it up between 60 and 100, and in Australia it'll be 150 plus.
No, I won't buy it. No.
Right.
No way.
Nah.
If it's over $100, I won't buy it. I think $100 would probably be my limit, but even then, I'd probably question it. I don't want to spend $100 on a wired controller
that you're going to put in a box on a shelf.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. But no, I would definitely buy the Elite controller first. That's the thing. If it was going to be wireless and take on the form of a current controller, just with a different shape, then I would pay probably $150. But knowing that it's exactly the same as it was back then, plus a screen, and it's got a cord, nah, not a chance in hell. I'm not paying big bucks for that. And a little bit of trivia for you. The reason why the Duke was so large, it was farmed out to a company that made the chip inside. They made it too big, and Microsoft had to work around it. So they had an engineer work it out. And essentially the idea to fix the oversized chip was to just make it bigger. That's it.
Certainly worked, didn't it?
That's always a way to work around it.
That's it. All right, to the next news item is game gifting. So the current Xbox One preview program has rolled out game gifting, which allows purchasing of games on Xbox Live to send them to other accounts. The news comes from the Xbox One subreddit, where user Liam Curtis 1718 simply posted the title "Game Gifting is Here" with a picture of Titanfall 2's Ultimate Edition, including a buy as gift option. For whatever reason, gifting on consoles has only ever appeared on the Wii, but disappeared in later Nintendo shops. This sort of thing has never appeared on PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, and Steam has had gifting as a fundamental part of its storefront, but they recently changed its policy to gifting to only make it possible for games that are purchased with VAC enabled, which is Valve Anti-Cheat games.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I think that's cool. I like it.
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
I think it's about time. Like, if you're across the country, what a better way to celebrate somebody's birthday or something by gifting them a game rather than just saying happy birthday, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great. I think it will help out with a lot of things. Like, it can even be a surprise, because the way that you've worked it, the way it works is that once you can purchase the game as a gift, and you can either select their name from your friends list, or you can input an email address to have it sent to. So if you want to send it to yourself, it'll send you a download code. And then you can put that download code into a card and give it to your friend or your family member. Or you can email it to them and stuff. I think it's a fantastic idea. And I would understand if they limited it, that you could only gift to people in your same region because of the whole sort of difference in cost and all that sort of stuff for games, and also stuff that's not available in different countries. But I think this needs to be a thing. The Xbox is bringing it on. PlayStation need to jump on this. I think it needs to be a thing on all fronts.
Once it happens, the big thing, are they going to go like Steam and offer like multi-buy discounts? So you buy a pack of 2 or 3 to share out to your friends for a slightly cheaper price per game. I think
I love that idea.
Needs to be the way to go. It needs to be the way to go. Yeah,
you get a multiplayer game and you can buy 2 for 2 for a reduced price, and you can split it with your mate or do it as a gift.
I think it's exactly what needs to happen.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think Microsoft are in the right direction. They're pushing for it. Now we just need Sony to jump on board.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. So I think that's a good thing. Microsoft are maybe not leading the generation, but they're definitely setting examples.
They're doing some good things at the moment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on to third piece of news here. We've got new model PlayStation VR as a bit of a point of contention here. But here we are, about 12 months out from the release of the PlayStation VR, and we're looking down the barrel of the first new model that will ship with some changes. Now, while the changes aren't game-changing, so to speak, they're definitely something to consider. And the changes are an integrated headphone earbuds in the headband, with the volume and mute buttons moved to the underside of the visor. There will be support for HDR pass-through. and this is going to be available in Japan on the 14th of October. So rest of the country, rest of the world, I'm not sure on. Not released as yet. But there you go. So I think, like, it was a big oversight for. Snoogs, you with us still?
Yeah.
It was a massive oversight for Sony to not include HDR pass-through, considering they were releasing the PlayStation VR at the time where they were really pushing HDR.
It almost seems like the HDR aspect was like a slap-on for the PS Pro as like a sales tactic.
Possibly.
Yeah. So.
But there you go. So, I mean, it's not a massive change. So, when I first saw...
Is there any change to the actual specs of it?
No, that is it.
Like, is the headset lighter or smaller or...
No.
So they've just put earbuds that you're not going to want to share with your mates.
Yeah, that's a bit gross.
And, yeah, HDR, which should have been there.
Should have been
months
there.
Ago.
But that's the point that is the biggest point. I don't like this. If anything, I'd be trying to get one of the older models, because something that hasn't been clarified as yet is, can you still plug in your own headphones?
Yeah, that's very true.
Because I've got headphones that I like using. What if I don't like those ones? And what if... Because I'm pretty particular when it comes to in-ear earbuds. Some of them I don't like, because I don't like how they sit in my ear and they hurt. But I really do like over-the-ear headphones, because I don't like things in my ear hole.
That's part of the immersion as well.
Yeah.
What's that?
Like, well, I know there's some inner earbuds that have a blocking out sort of feature to them.
Yeah.
But when you've got, a big headset with over-the-ear cups that are leather, that are sound deadening, it's all part of the immersion that VR needs to be. If you break that immersion, you might as well not play VR.
Well, the headphones, I've seen the earbuds, and these are the ones that they will make a good seal in your ear hole, and they will block out outside sounds. But the problem is, like you said, dude, like, do you really want to put them in your ear after me?
Not particularly, no.
Well, no. And it doesn't matter how hygienic you are always going to get some sort of gunk on your headphones. It happens. Yeah. And that's why we don't share in-ear headphones, because it's gross.
Yeah, but you've also got to take into account a 10mm driver as opposed to a 50 or a 60mm driver.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
So you're not going to get
quality.
You can, if you're going to buy a $300 headset of inner ear plugs, by Beats by Dre or something, they're going to be okay. But you can't tell me they're going to have this huge quality thing, because as it is, PlayStation VR doesn't seem to be selling very well in Australia because of the price point that it's at. So they're not going to be able to put up the price anymore.
No, well, the price is coming down. It's $50 cheaper than it was when it launched. But that's my biggest issue, is that it's not an issue if you can still use your own, but it's not clarified if they've taken away that 3.5mm headphone jack. So I don't know, but that will be an issue. The whole HDR pass-through, that's ridiculous that it wasn't included in the original one. But people should note, if you do have the original PlayStation VR, the updated control box that has HDR pass-through is not compatible with the original. The new one won't work with the old one. So you can't just go and maybe pick one up, getting flogged off on eBay or anything like that. Won't work.
And we're back.
There we go.
God.
I didn't want to say anything till I'd seen that part of your video with what you were talking about. So I just sort of went, okay, you should be finished about now.
Yeah.
But that's all right. When it cuts out, because it's recording on my end, it's still recording everything I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
So if it cuts out, at least it's okay. It's just if you guys are talking, it's not capturing.
That's why we didn't say a thing, just in case something happens.
Good work.
We're not talking over you.
Yeah. So anyway, look, that's the new model, PlayStation VR, 12 months out. See, I mean, they're going to rehash it. They're going to tweak things. But when they're changing stuff like that, Big change, but for the worse, I think. But we'll find out. As soon as I find out if it's got the headphone jack, I'll make a post or something about it. We'll mention it.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for video game news. Let's go into user-created content. All right. So this week we've got Tag a Mate You Met Gaming, and we'll shout you both out. Here we go. Now, although this was quite a very active post, most of it was visual, so there's not a lot we can do with that on a podcast anyway. So if you want to go and see what the other half or the other three quarters of this segment is, you'll have to have a look on the website. Oh, sorry, on the Facebook page. But anyway, I've got some people to share.
A GIF war.
It did. It was a bit of a GIF war. That's right. But to shout out, we've got Tyler Short, and Tyler Short tagged a mate, Luke Keevers, and said, "My boy," with a love heart. So I'm not 100% what kind of relationship's going on there, but either way, they're good friends, and I like that. Good on them. I voted yes. Scott Warren, he tagged a couple of his mates. There was Dan Houghton, Daniel Roby, Daniel Aaron Fielder, Jeremy Ferguson, and that was it. So that was all from Scott Warren. Tagged his mates. That's obviously his fire crew or something like. What do you call them? Fire team. Oh, I'm on fire. We've also got Jesse Brapp Haynes, and he tagged Timothy Fouché and says, "Legit though, ha ha ha," and fishing. I think that might be an inside joke because I don't really get it. Anyway.
No.
And then there was Michael Bell who also tagged Timothy Fouche. He's got a few mates, this bloke. Doing all right. So shout out to yeah, that's it. Got good friends. So shout out to all those guys, and also cheers to Belinda Crawford and George Schneider for their likes on the post as well. But that's it. That's a nice, quick user-created content today. Like I said, most of that post was visual, so you're going to have to go to the Facebook page to see the rest of that one. But yeah, that's it. All right, let's move on to what is, I think, unanimously known as the best segment of the podcast. What's that sound?
Ready.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Hopefully. Well, let's just hope that the Discord server holds out for us so you can actually hear what the sound is.
I'm actually very disappointed in myself after last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see, you referring to the... Did you see... Was it James Pearson? Was it that made a comment?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
No, okay. And I stuck up for you because he said, "Oh, I'm surprised Snoogs didn't get this one." Look, the answer actually, we'll clarify what the answer is. I'll just play it first.
You want quality? You go private. That's what I learned in Basra. Oh yeah, see, you can't just live on farts and good intentions.
So there you go. That was last week's What's That Sound, and the answer was The Division. And James Pearson's messaged us with the answer. Congratulations to him. He got the right answer. And he said he was surprised that you didn't get it, Snoogs. But I stuck up for you and said, look, to Snoogs' defence, right, that was part of the campaign of The Division. Although you do play a lot of Division, like how many hours ago was it that when you played campaign stuff?
Oh, 500.
Who knows? Who knows? And even then, there's no guarantee that you actually listen to any of the cutscenes because... Whatever.
Oh, because the character that it was, it did go through my head last week, and then I went, "Nah, it's not going to be The Division because Jace has already given me one of them."
Oh, you should have said it, dude.
And then because Paul Rhodes swears in every encounter that I have with him now,
right?
So he didn't swear in this one.
No, but you didn't. If you speak to him a fair bit, did you not get his voice?
Well, yeah, it didn't click at the time.
Nah, well, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All good.
All he says to me now is, the people thank you and New York fucking thanks you.
Good bloke.
That's about it.
Good old Rhodesy. All right, so I've got to mention In last week's show, I should have mentioned that Zach Courtney got the What's That Sound from episode 187. I missed it. I promised that I would fix that if I forgot someone. This is me fixing it. Good on you, Zach. All right, let's get this week's What's That Sound. Another one from Rep Premier. And this one is called All Your Sounds Are Belong to Us. Now, I've been informed that has nothing to do with the sound. Good on you. All right, are we ready to hear this week's What's That Sound?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Third place. Third place. I built a robot that can turn human beings into jelly with the push of a button. And Doc What's-His-Face gives me third place in a planet-wide science fair. At least around here, people appreciate my talents.
Right. I don't know what that is. You guys heard it all right?
It actually sounds really familiar, but I can't place where it's from.
Doesn't sound familiar to me, but I've got a bit of a guess in mind. I'm thinking Back to the Future Telltale.
Yeah.
That's a wild guess based on what was said. Want to listen to it again?
Yeah, please.
Third place. Third place. I built a robot that can turn human beings into jelly with the push of a button. And Doc What's-His-Face gives me third place in a planet-wide science fair. At least around here, people appreciate my talents.
I think my guess is based on one word. Which is terrible. I clearly have no idea. Snoogs?
Sounds familiar.
I don't know.
This is really irking me because I think I've heard this very recently. Oh.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I really have nothing.
It almost sounds like a...
It does a bit.
Yeah. Do you want it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third place. Third place. I built a robot that can turn human beings into jelly with the push of a button. And Doc What's-His-Face gives me third place in a planet-wide science fair. At least around here, people appreciate my talents.
It's not Day of the Tentacle, is it?
It's Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh. Did you just Google that?
No. I just had a bit from the movie pop into my head.
Still not seen the movie. Shame on me.
Nah, neither have I.
Clank gets teamed up with the science officer.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I still have no idea. All right. Well, if anybody listening at home... Oh, you what? Go. Good.
I was just going to say I'd give that to Snoogs any day of the week because I definitely don't have anything.
Oh, well, we've got to get the answer first. He may be wrong. I'm not giving it to him if it's wrong. But anyway, if anyone listening at home thinks they know what this week's What's That Sound is, then send us a message to our Facebook page, and if you're correct, you'll get yourself a free game. How good's that? All for listening to a podcast, we give you free shit. And I've been giving out a couple of games at a time because I just feel like it. So you might be lucky. I might just feel like it and give you a couple. So send us an answer. Sometimes even if it's wrong, I go, yeah, have a game. All good.
Have a game.
There you go. All right, well, that's What's That Sound. Let's move into last words. All right, has anybody got any last words before I shoot them?
Well, we got some information through today. So something that didn't quite make the news.
Oh, yes, go.
Xbox has announced another onesie. The Forza Motorsport 7 Performance Edition.
I've heard about this, and it's made out of like super duper special fabric.
Yeah, fully breathable fabric that offers a stain-proof gaming experience. I don't know.
Is it alive?
Well, I don't know what games you're playing if you're in it stain-proof.
What are you talking about? The amount of shit gamers eat while they're playing?
Probably, yeah.
But if it's breathing,
so
it's breathable. It's a living organism.
It's fully breathable, so you've got... keeps you nice and cool during those long sessions. A tighter tailored fit, providing race suit performance from the comfort of your couch.
Yeah, that's the one thing that gamers don't need is tighter clothing.
Elasticated pockets, ensuring your devices stay secure, even when drifting, I'm told. Forearm and backside padding. That's you got a pillow under your ass for sitting there all day.
Sounds good.
That works for me. And this is the killer. This is the bit that I really love. A built-in detachable hydration pouch. So it's got a Camelback in it.
Yes, I did see that.
Giving gamers access to their favourite version of Mountain Dew while doing your lap times.
Where's the bladder? Where's the bladder kept?
I don't know. From looking at the pictures, I'm guessing it's maybe on the back.
That could be the worst position to put it in a gaming suit because you'd be laying on it.
I know.
I don't know. I haven't got some big photos open in front of me.
I don't know. We'll find out. But you can obviously see this is marketed at the US market though, because we're about to go into summer, and I don't want anything on my body in summer, especially a driving onesie, like a racing suit thing.
That's why it's got the built-in Camelback. It does look pretty cool. It's designed after the white Porsche race gear.
Yeah.
So it comes up pretty well. It's
all right. I want you to contact Microsoft and get one, and I want you to wear it on a 40+ day.
Mate, I will not wear one. Not so much for my size, but my height, because the dreaded moose knuckle will come out.
Testicle separation.
Nobody wants to see that.
Snooks, I don't want to alarm you, but we can clearly see you've got 2 testicles.
Yes. Things like this, as cool as they are, they don't seem to be made for someone who's 6'4" and built like a brick shithouse. So I don't think I'll be getting one. I'd love one. I'd hang it up on the wall and it would look fantastic. At least it'd stay white that way. But,
they have a bit of a habit of going a bit discoloured. We're
going to try and get one from Microsoft for you, one that's your size, and I'm going to get you to use that fucking Camelback even on a high 30s day and see how you like it.
I'll be all right.
We just missed winter. Oh dear. They do look cool though. That was cool. A couple of weeks ago I saw when I went down to the Microsoft store, there was a guy down there in one of the onesies. I think it used to be white.
You know that grey colour?
No, it was kind of like a weird cheesily colour.
He's been wearing it for 12 months. Give him a break.
Yeah. He hasn't worn anything else. Oh dear. Fuck, it's good because he kept the flies away from me. Good on him. Good bloke. Nice guy. I don't have anything. I'm just really, really buzzed and pumped for the EB Expo. And we'll have to catch up and give you, for realsies, high fives and handshakes. How's Ghetto?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely am looking forward to it. Actually, one last thing I just noticed here. They've just announced that if you buy a HTC Vive right now, they will actually give you a pre-order for the Fallout 4 VR game.
Oh, right.
As of like 9 o'clock, they've just announced. So that's a cool little thing for those who are trying to get into the VR realm.
Also, they give you a PC to run
it. Yeah, just a cool few thou on the side
there. Yeah.
That's pretty decent. That's a cool little...
Yeah.
It's a cool little add-on,
so definitely interesting. I might even check that out myself.
Nice. All right. Well, that's about it. Thank you very much. What? Huh?
Didn't you have a bone to pick with me?
Oh, I did. I forgot. Thank you for bringing it up.
I want to know what this is about.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right. It's about Gerald.
Yeah.
All right.
What about Gerald?
Last week's show, I said that if 15 people commented on the pinned post with the name Gerald in any way that they wished, whatever spelling, without making any other mention as to why they were writing that, So if 15 people did it, I would jump into the swimming pool at the hotel or into the ocean fully clothed. And I think I did it. I think I said I'd do it nude if there was 50.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever comments on the pinned post. It usually gets a couple of hundred reach and goes nowhere. This week, out of the blue, out of nowhere, and when I say never, it fucking never does. It's just nothing. This week, let me bring it up, the reach has gone in excess of 4,200 people. And I think there's about 10 Geralds on there. So we're almost to me freaking jumping in the swimming pool. But the thing is, I've never seen any of these people comment on our page before. So I'm thinking old Snoo has gone and tapped a few people on the shoulder at work and around in his own sort of day-to-day life and said, hey, jump on this page and just write the word Gerald, will you? Because there's people in here, or there are some sickos like Russell Biggerstaff, he's always there. Martin Creamers, he's always there. And there's a stick figure from Doug Crew. And then there's a whole bunch of people here that I'm like, who's Alexandra Abassi? Who's Tara Leek? Who's Lily Cernek? These are all like chicks that I think you know or work with. This is a stitch up.
I may or may not have brought in some ringers.
And you know what I have to say about that, Snooks? I like your style.
Yeah, I'm not finished yet.
I would have done the exact same thing.
No.
So, that's my bone to pick. You're cheating, but I like it. Oh, dear.
I'm talking to a few of them today. They're like, can you do me a favour? Yeah, sure, why? Can you go and comment on this post? What? I tell them why, and they go, yeah, right.
I have a waterproof camera, so it'll all be captured. Don't worry about that. If it happens. I said to my wife, I said, no one will know if I sneakily start deleting the 15th one every time that goes up. I am an administrator, remember? No, I won't do that. It's all in good fun, so I won't do that. If you can achieve the 15 minimum, it's going to happen. It'll do it.
Mm.
Everyone needs to strive to get the 50, though. Everyone needs to hit that 50 mark.
No, that's...
A bare ass run into the ocean. That'd be brilliant.
I don't need to be brought home in the back of a fucking divvy van.
Just write vote yes on your ass as you jump in. And you'll get nationwide coverage then.
If I do that, everyone's going to go, Yeos? What is Yeos? The red texter must have run out because he wrote the yo in brown. Oh, fuck. Oh, dear. Rightio. Anyway. Lovely. I think that's a good note to end the show. Any last words? Hell's Ghetto?
If everybody wants to follow me on Twitter, follow me on @HellsGhetto. I post some funny stuff from time to time, so follow me and I'll follow you guys back. Love new people.
Sounds good. Go and do it. Do it. He's a good bloke. He's been around for with Aussie Gamers for a long time, and good friend of the show. So we'll have you back another day. Hopefully not in another 2 years.
Awesome. Sounds good to me.
We'll see you in the expo. But anyway, that's enough from us bloody idiots. This has been episode 180, whatever it is, 9. And as always, I am Lucas. It's your turn. Go. Hell's Ghetto. I am Hell's Ghetto.
I'm Hell's Ghetto.
And I am Snugan. Boogs. Snugans, whatever.
That's the best part of the show every week.
I was literally waiting for Snoogs to say his first, and then I was going to jump in at the end, but it's all good.
Snoogs likes to be the last one.
That's
Close it off.
Feels special.
It's all good.
Well, here we are once again at the end of this week's show. If you're still hungry for more video game content, head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. We also have a heavy presence over on Twitter, so give @AussieGamers12 a follow, and also our YouTube channel is there waiting for you to give it the love that it deserves. This podcast is available for your convenience through iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you all on the next episode of the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.